Hello, it's Diane K. Brennan. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. You're probably going to hear a little bit of thunder and possibly some heavy rain when that starts during this video. It's a stormy day here in West Virginia today. So, we are here with the Much Renua, Tarot de Marseille, and the Aviary Playing Cards by Bicycle. Again, I love this combination. They're so pretty together. They're like two of my most beautiful decks, one from each system. So anyway, to the sixes. We are getting back on track. Train tracks, a trail, depending on your suit, right? So, and it's paths, like down the middle. As well as being in harmony or pleasantness, except for, of course, in the spades. But anyway, we'll get to all that, right? So in the diamonds or coins, we have here distance, a car. If it's paired with a spade, this can be car trouble. It's steps towards our financial goals. I often see it as conversations around the table, too, about them. Because of this, it looks like a six-seating dinner table. It can mean it's a small loan or a line of credit that helps you be able to, say, do home remodeling or send a kid to college. Again, steps towards your goals, right? The finances you need for those. And it means you're on the right path for success. The hearts or cups. Here we have a pleasant trip with family or friends. It's a holiday or a vacation. It's making emotional progress. So a relationship where the bonds are getting closer. So your relationship with somebody is growing. With the clubs or batons, we have a work trip. A trip for a practical purpose towards your goals. So it could be a trip to a college to scope it out, or a trip for a job interview. Practical steps along the way to your goals or along that path. So that can mean getting an education, further education, say going back for your MBA or something in order to make your goals into reality, make your dreams come true, your goals happen. And then it can also be footprints or a clear trail, like a good path through the woods. Oh, here we also have trusting, by the way. I forgot about that. There's also a trusting or a confidential type of relationship here. At the spades and swords, we have a bad path, going down the wrong path, making a wrong decision. Sixes are also all about decisions. So this can be a good decision. This can be a decision about your finances, a decision about your work or a practical goal, and then this is making a bad decision. So it can also be about decluttering, clearing things out, making decisions to get rid of things that you no longer need anymore, whether those are people or items. like getting rid of something or someone that's bad for you. So it can have positive interpretations, again, depending on the question and the cards around it and what's going on. And this can also mean where here a bond is growing, here you're growing further apart. So this can be leading to a separation or a divorce, or feeling abandoned by somebody. So if you have this with, like, say, the one of the ace of diamonds or coins, or the ace of hearts or cups, you can have feeling isolated or alone and abandoned. Somebody has cut you out. And then it can also mean travel problems, delays, canceled trips, arguments or conflicts. Okay. If it's travel by air, it's going to be over here in the clubs and batons, because this, again, in my system, this is the air suit. So this is where I would see that kind of travel. But so if a flight is going to be delayed, I'm going to see this with spades. So that's your sixes, which really have a lot of different potential meanings. Always, always, always do a minimum of 3 cards. Never read Tarot de Marseille as a 1-card pull. 2 would be the bare minimum. I never do less than 3. Most cartomancers never do less than 3. And that gives you the nuances around the cards to see whether you're looking at them in their light or their shadow aspect. And always, always, always relate the cards back to the question. The cards are never telling you a different story. They're answering your question. You just have to figure out what they are saying. Okay? So if you've asked a question, you've thrown cards, they're not talking about something else over to the side. They are talking about the question. You have to figure out how they apply to it. Maybe they're telling you something you didn't want to hear, or no, they're not. Maybe they're not telling you the answer that you wanted, so that's why you're seeing them as, oh, it's got to be talking about this over here. Nope. And always bring them into the mundane when you're dealing with, like, daily draws. And even just, usually the cards are not giving you earth-shattering information. They often confirm what you already know. They answer your question, and they tell you what you need to hear, whether you like it or not. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love, much light, many, many blessings, and peace out. I'm still waiting for that rain.